Serving as the commander of the Artemis II mission is NASA astronaut Reid Wiseman. A son of Baltimore, Maryland, Wiseman says his passion for exploration was there from childhood, as encouraged by his parents.
I always had boundaries, but it was exploration from the time I was born. Going to the lake with my brother, learning on my own and figuring things out, and they gave me that freedom, and it was wonderful.
His first foray into public service came in the late 90s when he enlisted in the U.S. Navy. Wiseman was tapped as a naval aviator in 1999 and was deployed twice to the Middle East. Wiseman graduated as a naval test pilot in 2004 and was at sea when he was selected for astronaut training in 2009. Their training took them to various NASA centers, including Langley Research Center in Virginia.
Oh, it's awesome so far. Absolutely fantastic. Way better than I had imagined.
In 2014, following the end of the shuttle era, Wiseman got his first opportunity to head to space.
And liftoff.
He flew to the International Space Station alongside Roscosmos cosmonaut Maxim Soreyev and European Space Agency astronaut Alexander Gerst. The trio spent 165 days in space during expeditions 40 and 41. During that time, Wiseman joined in on 2 spacewalks, US EVAs 27 and 28. Those gave him a total of nearly 13 hours of spacewalking time.
We're outside for about 6.5 hours. You got a little drink bag of water, and before we even go out the hatch, it's 4 hours in that suit. So it's a very long day. This is the hardest thing I've ever done, mentally, physically, it doesn't matter. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I've landed on a Navy ship over 500 times, a bunch of them at night, but this takes the cake for difficulty. And also takes the cake for just a ridiculously cool thing to get to go do.
Back on Earth, Wiseman served as the chief of the astronaut office from 2020 through 2022. During that time, the Artemis program was announced, and he was able to help sell that idea to the world.
Our sights are not set on the moon. Our sights are set clearly on Mars. And everything that you're thinking about today, everything that we're going to do on Artemis 1 leads to Artemis 2, which leads to Artemis 3 when we hope to have humans on the surface of the moon. But Artemis 3 is leading to the rest of the Artemis program. The first woman, the first person of color on the surface of the moon, and then the first humans tracking out to Mars and putting our footsteps in building science laboratories and inhabiting another planet. To me, it's just the most awe-inspiring moment that we have had here at NASA, and I love working here right now. It's an honor to get to do so.
He's a decorated naval aviator.
Then, on April 4th, 2023, Wiseman got a new honor. He was named as commander of the Artemis II mission. He spoke with Spaceflight Now about facing nerves going into this historic flight training.
I was nervous this morning for the announcement, so am I going to be nervous for this mission? Absolutely. I mean, but I've always have found that nervousness, that adrenaline, it brings you up and it allows you, if it's managed, it allows you to focus. And just being with Christina, Victor, Jeremy today, my crewmates, I already see how we manage each other's adrenaline a little bit, our stress a little bit. I can't wait to go do this mission with those 3. And then to talk to our flight controllers and mission controller flight directors on the loops and our Capcoms. It's going to be an awesome team.
In the nearly 3 years since that announcement, Wiseman has been diligently training alongside his crewmates, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. At each step of the way, Wiseman emphasizes that they are absorbing learnings not only for their mission, but for those who will come after them as well.
And when I look at the future, when we talk about what is our legacy, I don't want to look 5 years or 10 years in the future. I want to look 100 or 200 years in the future. And honestly, this is where I thought this might land wrong. I hope we're forgotten.
100%.
If we are forgotten, then Artemis has been successful. We have humans on Mars. We have humans out on the moons of Saturn. We are expanding into the solar system. We have robotic precursor missions going out. We already have spacecraft outside of our solar system. Maybe we've invented something that we never even dreamed of, and maybe we inspired some kid somewhere, and maybe that's our footnote. We inspired Susie or Johnny to do what they did. That would be magical.
Reporting for Spaceflight Now, I'm Will Robinson Smith.